Jonathan, thank you very much. You set us up for this conversation. Danny Coulson is a former Deputy Assistant Director of the FBI. And I'm so glad you're with us in Focus today because I have so many questions about how they lost track of Brian Laundrie. And even in plain sight investigation, you could have kept up with him. What happened, do you think?
Well, I think we have to remember here, there was no crime. We all feel badly about this young lady. However, there was no crime here. And let's say they surveilled him and he started to leave and he said, well, you know, I'm not coming back with you. That's the problem. The whole thing emanates from, I think, abuse. This is an abused young lady. Clearly, I think the officers on the scene knew it. And they tried to deal with her and get her to, I think they said she was in a toxic relationship. So it all emanates from that. And the police have to follow the law. The FBI has to follow the law. And I wish they had surveilled him, but I don't know on what grounds they would have surveilled this guy.
Yeah, but you could do it in plain sight, though. That's my point. Like, I can watch what my neighbors are doing. They can see what I'm doing. Hey, I'm out of town, watch the packages on my door, and if anybody walks up. We do that for each other all the time. You could see the front porch or the back of the house from the street. Like, you didn't even have to get a warrant or any kind of legal reason or way to do it.
No, you don't have to. But my point is, let's say they did, and he just decided, I'm not going with you. I'm not going back. I'm not making excuses here. I just understand how these people have to deal with these situations. And when the young lady refused to accept help, that kind of tied their hands. And I think there was an expert on a couple of minutes ago that says that they did everything they could. And I'm really sorry
in that scene.
About that.
Yeah,
yes,
I'm talking about the house and why we're all looking for Brian Laundrie right now. Like, I understand that when they're there, and it is heartbreaking to know that they went, and Mark Furman told me on the program yesterday, they probably went even beyond trying to help this young woman because they were counseling her a little bit on, you know, if you want it, they were giving her a way out. Technically, those police officers.
And they reminded her she was in a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
But, I can't account for why there's no surveillance done here. I think,
or just simply watching the house from the street. I want to get to this. The city of Moab, Utah, tells Fox News on Thursday that it is launching an investigation into how police handled, as you're talking about right now, the incident on August 12th between Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. Retired LAPD detective Mark Furman had this reaction yesterday. So we'll watch this together, Danny.
Thank you.
Brian Laundrie was highly manipulative. He was trying to work these officers, downplay, minimize anything that was going on. Moab is being looked at as if they only would have done something, this wouldn't have happened. They went over the top. Domestic violence laws are not created for people going through your town or your county on a trip in a van.
Danny.
100% agree. I think that they did everything they could. The lady who was a park ranger, and I'll say this again, she said, you're in a toxic relationship. Police officers deal with these things every day, and they're almost hopeless situations. I have handled these things. I do it in my private business, and trying to get these young women, or even older women sometimes, to leave is almost impossible. And when you do convince them, they almost always go back, and it's a national tragedy, and one we're not properly addressing.
Yeah, and I know you have so much experience in those domestic violence cases. Just one last quick thought on searching that Carlton Reserve in Florida, and maybe this guy could be anywhere. Where do you even begin at this point, Danny?
Well, I would use aerial surveillance. The FBI has outstanding thermal image capability where they can see bodies, people. The thermal image signature is very distinct. I don't think he's there. If I was going to hide no, I don't. No, if I were him, I would not be going to a swamp. I'd be going to the woods because it's very inhospitable. Things there sting you, bite you, and kill you, and there's no water. There's no way to sustain yourself. I would not go there if I were him, and I don't think he went there.
Danny Coulson, interesting thoughts. Thank you for being in focus today.
Ma'am, thank you for having me.